so this will be quite nice.
Hey up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ryan's Stage 2 APR Golf R. It's not your average Stage 2 car, but let's get into it. Alright guys, so I mentioned I'm going to be reviewing the car. I'm just going to run through some of the spec here that Ryan sent me. He's just on his way, so it shouldn't be too long until he gets here. We'll have a look around the car, we'll go out in it for a little bit, and then we'll come back to have a bit of a review. Now I'm very excited for this, and I think it's going to convert me to an APR Stage 2. A little bit worrying because it's quite expensive, but let's have a look at the spec. Right guys, so you'll have to bear with me here. I'm doing it on the fly a little bit. So this is the email that Ryan sent me. So he's got APR Stage 2, high torque, ECU and DSG tune, Miller's Nano Drive, which is the oil. We've got the cool engine oil billet filter housing. We've got the VW R600 Intake, which sounds amazing. We've got the Turbo Technics Turbo Intake hose, which is insulated. We've got the VWR Turbo Muffler Delete. We've got the 2.5-inch turbo discharge pipe, Wagner tuning intercooler, throttle pipe which is insulated, upgraded spark plugs, RS3 coil packs, oil billet filter housing, Forge Motorsport turbo blanket, thermal wrapped 200 cell downpipe, the VAG Sport resonator delete, AWE Switchpath remote, 034 Motorsport dog bone mount insert, the manual design springs, forged spacers which are 11 and 16, I think they've been removed. Got the Racing Line Performance monoblock 4-pot brakes, the ECS tuning 2-piece semi-floating rear rotors and a Motul brake fluid. Now, this particular car has also had a wheel upgrade, which is the Neuspeed RSE102s. I'm very, very excited to look at them, but just have a look at this spec on the car. It is unbelievable. This is Golf R goals right here, guys. And this is the picture that he sent me with it. It's a very, very nice looking car. Now, he's going to be here quite shortly, so I'll shut up and come back to you when he gets here, and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, so Ryan is here. As you can see, his lovely Lapis Blue 2014 Golf R. I mentioned them Neuspeed RSE102s. They're absolutely beautiful. With the extra brakes as well, it just looks really, really good from a distance as well. We were just speaking about this rug which Ryan has nicely decorated his car in.
A
curtain, sorry. I just wanted to show you guys this, which is the Draggy. This is the bane of a lot of people's lives because this measures your 0 to 60, 60 to 100, 100 to 200 kilometers an hour and everything like that. And Ryan was just telling me that his personal best is 3.2, which is fairly impressive considering there's also an Angry Panda and a baby seat in there as well. So it just goes to show you what the APR Stage 2 on the high torque can actually do. Ryan is just going to pop the bonnet for me so we can have a quick look. Open that. So as I mentioned earlier, we've got the Racing Line R600 induction kit. We've got the thermal wrapped intake pipe as well with the downpipe, which is also thermal wrapped, and the turbo blanket. So serious piece of kit. What do you say it was running, Ryan?
Power wise?
Yeah, power wise.
Most expected awesome GTI was 402 at a recent Rolling Road day. Then I had it mapped in July in the height of that amazing British summer we had. It managed 393.
And
so,
that's in boiling hot weather as well.
Yeah. So it's 390, 400.
Really impressive figures that. So apologies for the wind noise if you can hear it, we are near the airport, but I'm just going to get everything ready to go into this car and then we're going to go out for a drive. welcome to Ryan's car, guys.
I'm definitely lost already.
We're lost already and we're in the car park, so when we get out we're going to be going on some roads where Ryan is just going to drive around a little bit. We're going to talk about why he's done what he's done to his car, because he's gone to a huge extent to go over and above what normal people would do. I don't know if I'd mentioned it before, but a lot of people just seem to get a tune and an induction kit and then leave it at that, or a downpipe as well. But Ryan, obviously, as we went through the spec, has gone through a lot to get the car where it is today, and it's obviously worked since we've seen the draggy times of 3.2, which is higher than or lower than a lot of cars which have similar hardware to a certain extent. But so why Ryan, did you go for all of the different parts like the charge pipe and heat wrapping and everything like that?
Well, at the time of getting the Wagner, I went on that on recommendation from everybody. Most people will shout about the Wagner, and I still had the JB4 hooked up so I could monitor the intake temperatures that were coming in, which looked good, but on part throttle and off throttle I could see that the intake charge temperatures were rising rather quickly. So I just used a bit of background knowledge and went to the extent of buying plum tape, lagging, motorsport gold heat wrap tape, and then I realised that doing the original pipe work was going to be too time consuming, so I went for CTS throttle pipe, wrapped that in my own time, and then had it fitted at a later date when it was more convenient.
Okay, so we actually both owned Focus STs before this, and
did, yes.
One thing that I wanted to ask you is, did you do similar things to your Focus in terms of the heat wrapping? Because I heat wrapped the intake, but it didn't prove too effective.
No, and that's because I had one of the Dream Science stratagem units.
Okay, yeah,
and I could monitor, I could see the intake temperatures there. Now that looked okay to me, so I didn't really get as involved as in the Focus, even though it was stage 4 plus. I didn't really get hands-on with it as such. You know, I went to Dream Science in Hull and let them take care of that side of things. That went from stage 1 to stage 4 plus what it was in a very short period of time. That was a downward spiral in some cases.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Just before we came out, guys, Ryan showed me the AWE Switchpath remote, which needs to be fitted, but you can open and close the valves as you can do on things like the Armatrix and the Akrapovic. You know how to say that now?
No, I won't try.
But it's really, really impressive because, as I mentioned earlier, he's got a baby seat in here, he's got a young kid, and also the wife in the car as well. So sometimes you don't want the car to be loud, and you just want to put it along, and it seems to do a really, really good job. As soon as you open them, that's when it starts to come to life a little bit, as you would have heard a little earlier.
This is open now, actually.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not even too loud when it's open, but I think when you start to push on a little bit,
certainly on the motorway,
then it starts to get a little.
You can tell it's there now when you press the pedal a little bit further and get a bit of boost in there. That it does boom the cabin a little bit.
You've probably heard before, but we were talking about what this car has done on the dyno. So in the height of this year's summer, which was ridiculous, it ran 393, was it?
That's right, yeah.
And then on a different day, was it earlier in the year?
Later, it was.
Was it the awesome GTI?
Yeah, was that around about October, late September, perhaps?
Maybe, but that ran just
definitely
over 400,
cold anyway. Yeah.
So the APR tune, or the APR Stage 2 high torque tune, generally runs around the 400 mark. And we know Shaq, who fitted my Resdally and provides everybody with the draggy, his run just under 400, didn't it? But ran a little bit higher torque.
Yes.
So the APR tunes are very, very precise, and we were talking about this previously when we went to the AET Motorsport Open days, that with the Focuses, you're literally rolling a dice in terms of what power you're going to get.
Very much so, yeah.
I'm not sure why, whether it's down to the parts in the engine, but I know people who've got a 340 Collins map that's running 270, and it's not ideal. You know, you'd like to know where you're at, and I think that's the benefit of the APR tune. So let's get on to the juicy stuff then. When did you get the car mapped? When did you get it tuned?
At Awesome GTI, that was July this year. So That was a rewrite over another stage 2 file.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
We won't go too far into that. How have you found it since having it then? What are your thoughts? And I mean, as you guys know, I haven't got a tune on my car yet, but coming from a stage 2 owner's perspective, what are your thoughts on the power delivery? What's the usability like, and what really appealed to you about APR?
Well, you'll know yourself, Josh. We both live in Leeds, so you'll know what 90% of our driving can involve. It's nose to tail all the way through the city centre. So stage 2, these sort of power levels, this sort of level of performance, it's way overkill. But
Okay.
once you get out there and you've got the opportunity to enjoy it a little bit and press on, it's really good. It's just what you want, you know. It's not stage 1, it's not stage 3, not knocking either of those. It's just a nice place to be in the middle. Why did I choose APR? Coming from a bit of a bad experience with the custom tune that I had, I just wanted something generic, I guess, you know, off the shelf, something that everybody else gets, to eliminate any chance of any issues, problems, you know. That's just it.
Yeah.
Why did I not go Revo? Because they do the same thing. Revo, it just didn't interest me, you know. You've only got to read online and say, oh, they're a bit conservative, or because they're safer and blah blah, you know. So, APR for me, that's it. And have I been happy with it? Yes, 100%. It does everything that I expect of it, and a bit more, I guess. It just works. That's it. I was stuck at 3.4 seconds, 0 to 60, just like it was just a wall that I just could not get through. And then as soon as that went on, I was seeing 3.3s, and I knew that there was a 3.2 in there, and that's happened about 3 times now. So
Brilliant.
yeah, so maybe a 3.1 something, maybe, you know. But until it happens, it can't happen.
You just got the new wheels as well, haven't you? So
That's right, yeah. They've been on now maybe 2.5 weeks. That was something that I didn't really want to do, taking the car away from the OEM look. I mean, all it has on the exterior is a lower stance with the manual design springs.
Yeah.
Previously running spacers as well on the Pretoria wheels, which gave it a nice aggressive look, if you like, on the road, almost flush with the arches. But you know, I just wanted some lighter wheels. Lots of people use lighter wheels. Most people will have Team Dynamics Pro Race 1.2s in the 18-inch, which is all you can get them in, maximum size. But I wanted to keep that 19. I also wanted to keep a wheel that looked like a Pretoria.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to save that weight as well. So that's why I chose the Neuspeed RSE102s, which save around 1.1 kilos per corner over the Pretoria. The Pretoria is a light wheel, but I don't think there's many other 19-inch wheels out there on the market. Focal point of a car is an alloy wheel as well, especially if you've got some nice brakes behind there.
Well, these are very nice brakes as well.
Yeah, that's a recent addition in the second half of this year as well.
Are they the AP ones or the
Racing line monoblocks. So again, they were purchased to give a bit more stopping power to keep, you know, all this extra power in check, but also there's considerable weight saving to be had there.
I think the thing with the Golf is that really appeals to me, and has appealed to me since I drove one back in 2014 with the first release, is just how usable the power is and how smooth it is. I mean, you'll know yourself from an ST point of perspective.
It didn't matter which gear you're in, really, did it?
No. But you know, the only thing I do miss is the 5-cylinder engine noise. But there are things that you can do to this, which then, you know, open up the car a little bit more to give you a bit more. I mean, there's people, you'll know Andy, who's currently putting an RS3 engine into a Golf R.
Yeah. I've been out in that car.
Have you?
Yeah. Before he had this engine build going on, he took me out in it. Because he was at the awesome GTI rolling day as well. Rolling day.
So he's stage 3, isn't he?
Stage 3 meth.
600-ish.
570 were it or something.
I'll have to see if we can get in touch with him to get him on here. I don't mind going down to Birmingham or wherever.
You'll get the RS3 treatment engine.
Yeah,
now, won't you?
RS3. I think TR Hamza is going to be doing it as well. I know he's been speaking to Andy on Instagram, so I'll have to see if we can get hold of him for a fellow Golf R owner. See if we can get it on the channel. I really want to find out what you guys think of the APR Stage 2, if you have got one or if you're looking at one. So if you could drop a comment down below, just letting me know what your thoughts are and what your thoughts are on this car, you know, the different extensive mods that Ryan has done. I'm really impressed with it, you know, it's as smooth as it would be. And to be fair, I was quite concerned about the springs, because I've had springs on my ST and it turned it into a crashy mess.
The manual design, if you read about the description of them online, they're a linear spring.
Okay.
Whereas some of the others are progressive. So what that basically means, if you look at one in your hands, you'll see that some of the coils are wound tighter.
Yeah.
So these are linear and are said to give a similar ride to OEM. They're trying to keep that OEM feel, and I think they've done that. Shaq's been out in this car and he says, it feels great, you know. But Shaq's got the ST ones now, and he's very happy with them. But when I put these wheels on the other week, it gained even more comfort.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, it's.
I think that's because of the lightness of the
yeah, because the suspension's working less.
Yeah.
To cope with the bumps. So again, it's just got even more comfortable.
Got a bit of a tunnel coming up.
What shall we do?
Do a bit of an acceleration, I think. Open the window. Sorry if you can hear the wind, guys, but we're just going under a tunnel, so this will be quite nice. I think we've got a contender.
It's a Renault Megane with one working fog light.
That felt unbelievably fast, and the brakes pull so strong. This car just feels brilliant.
Enjoy that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you saw my face then, but I said before I started, and I haven't told you this, but I had fears that you were going to turn me into an APR convert. And I wasn't fully against it, but it was more about going stage 1 or stage 2.
Yeah.
And I just think this is just the full package, especially with all the other things that you've done as well. You know, if you have a chance to get out in a stage 2 Golf R, regardless of what it is, just go and feel the power, because it's unbelievable what you can get from a car which is essentially now a family hatch with the, you know, with the baby seat.
And another one on the way.
And another one on the way. Congratulations.
So cheers, yeah. Well, I'll be around in March, so I'll have to get the other Recaro seat out of the loft.
If we just take a left here,
yeah,
should take us down this nice road. We did actually plan to go down here, but the car park was ridiculously busy. It's not even an R26, guys. I'm sorry, but it's more. I think it's a 1.6 with the big exhaust on it. The chatter of the R600 is unbelievable. I think there's been a lot on the forums and on Facebook about the intakes and the flow rates and everything like that, and I'd read the thread that was posted on there saying that the airbox mod is more effective than an R600, but the R600 noise is just exceptionally addictive, and I think they perform very similar, don't they? But it's an interesting topic that I won't quite get into.
I just like the two scoops with cold air, get into the filter, get into the turbo. That's it.
It's quite interesting how, in a very similar design to the Focus ST, where the left hand side is open, the right hand side is shut.
Right.
So essentially the airbox one, I'll do a video on this when I come to do mine, is you take the snow grate out, you Dremel out the hole in the side of the inside of the airbox, and it just allows the air to come back in. The performance of this is unbelievable. I'm not a nervous passenger, but I'm holding on to the thing. It just picks up and goes, doesn't it? It's unbelievable. That's where it is, and we had this debate when I put the video out about why I chose the Golf R over the BMW. Everyone was saying, oh, the BMW is a real driver's car. Then it is, but you can't do this in it in every weather condition. No. Whereas in the Golf, you can just plant your foot and you're off around the corner, up the hill.
It is slightly spitting now.
Yes,
just but you know, and the roads are already moist and greasy and all the rest of it. So this just gives you did have a Mark II RS as well before he had the ST. Both the same, pretty useless in first and second gear. You did have to be gentle with the throttle just to get them going, unless the conditions were favourable, perfect, yeah. You know, but this, you just... and everything comes out in there.
That's why he's got it closed, because everything comes out of the local bit. I mean, as you can tell from the smile on my face, I'm really enjoying this.
You might need to hold on to that phone again if you get a little bit of a gap.
Holding on to the cover hill, guys, this is what you need to do. Keep it closed.
This is what you're up against when you've got good grunt like that. You can close a gap on the car in front rather quickly.
You really hear the intake.
There you go, we're on top of that car already.
Now that car probably had maybe 15 or 20 seconds while we were waiting in traffic, and we're on the back of it already, which is unbelievable. Right guys, so we're just coming back up to where the cars are. We'll wrap up when we get done, and I'd like to do a little video around leaving so you can hear the car from the outside, as I don't know how well the microphone's picking up the sound from the inside. Right guys, so that's the video done. Thank you for joining me. Ryan's car is absolutely epic. I'm really glad that I got a time out in it. I think I'm settled on APR Stage 2, but we'll see what happens in the new year. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, please click like. If you like this sort of content, subscribe to my channel, drop me a comment what your favourite thing was. But until next time, I'll see you then.